Okay, I have no idea what I'm gonna say. So you're looking for behind the scenes, like how everything is being made. Well, I just set up everything to record, and I have no clue what I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna spitball some stuff, and I may keep like 10% of it. So anyways, welcome! A new devlog. I have very long hair now. So a new devlog, and we want to highlight a couple of events that happened in the last few weeks or so. So there was two big events for us. There was the sales from the games from Quebec, which is where I'm from. That's why je parle français et je suis québécois. And the second thing is the Steam Next Fest. So we enrolled and our game was shown with a demo during Steam Next Fest, and we got some pretty good coverage. I do want to thank Splattercat for his video highlighting our game. It did help kind of getting us out there with no marketing budget and no publishing anything. It's very nice to have some YouTubers with a pretty good following to kind of not even like highlight it, because we didn't pay him. We didn't actually know Splattercat prior to his video. But anyways, he just played the game, enjoyed it, and actually, yeah, it helped us a bit, quite a bit actually. So a new demo is going to be coming starting next week that is going to address most, if not almost all, of the criticism / feedback that we got in the last couple of weeks following Next Fest and the Splattercats video. Lots of bug fixes, but no major issues were found, which is great news for us, because we actually did one major thing that I mentioned last devlog, which was to change our online system. So we were using the Steam online system to kind of matchmake people together. Even though it's peer-to-peer, we kind of have to go through that system to to connect people together. We changed it to use EOS, so the Epic Online Subsystem. And that was really just to be able to, of course, sell the game on other platforms other than Steam, but also to support consoles, which is another big topic because we now have the dev kit for the PlayStation as well. So the game, when it will come out, should normally come out on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox all at the same time. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll make it work in the following months afterwards. But anyways, we did that major change. And we used a plugin by Bitside Studio, and we're still working closely with them to make sure that everything works. Consoles is still a work in progress in that aspect, but we got the online system to work for both Steam and Epic without issues. So now you'll be able to play cross-platform or cross-store. Anyways, we were going to step onto the computer, and we'll see what we did in the last couple of months. Let's go. And so, what have I been doing? Well, first thing is this guy. You may have seen a teaser of him either on the YouTube channel or on Discord. He is now completely done. I won't show you his mechanics because he's actually really freaking cool, and I kind of want you to discover it while you play. I will just put on his intro, just for the sake of it. He has a bit of a moody intro. Big guy. Big attacks as well. He is pretty devastating, but very fun. But anyways, I'm still doing some polishing work on him. He's being tested pretty much right now, but he's done otherwise. He has two phases and are very different, kind of similar to the Void Seeker that has a second phase that is very different from the first one when the Void Seeker becomes big. Kind of in the same veins as this, he's going to have a second phase that's very different in how you're going to have to approach him. So that's the first thing. Blazing Death, arena's done, actually the entire boss is done, and he is the second option for our second world boss. So we have the first world that has the Parasite and the Scorched Sentinel. The second world is going to be either the Void Seeker or this guy, the Blazing Death. You may have noticed as well while I was clicking here that we have a new loading menu. It's very fast here. I'll try to showcase it better. Maybe if I jump into... Let's see, let's do the lobby world here for a second. Lobby has not been changed. It is one of our last thing on our to-do list that we'll need to tackle in the next couple of weeks / months. But we did a new art for the game, so you may have noticed on the Steam page, or if you're new here, you may have just seen that one. And yeah, so basically we changed it. If I open the old one quickly here. So we had our old logo, which looked like this one. Let me actually open this one here. Nope, not this one. This one with the text. So that was our old logo. We did that on the very few months when we started working on the Last Citadel. We already had kind of like the lobby and the aesthetic, so we hired an artist who then drew this. But as you can see now, it doesn't really reflect the feel and the vibe of the game. We have like kind of like a pirate ship in the air here. This in the background is a black hole. It's very like soft and not that like center screen. And we have this citadel here that kind of looks like a sci-fi city, and the one in the bubble that is supposed to represent basically our starting screen here. It doesn't look anything remote to this. And you know, this is a good startup screen, but we wanted to have an artwork that's better. So we hired a new artist to work on it. I had some very, very specific demands, and he gave us this beautiful heart. Let me open this up. Yes. So this one, which is again probably the one that you know the game for, and this is a pretty new one. It was done in October, I believe, and it was updated on all the store pages around December or January. And the really cool thing about this art is I made it, well, I asked the artist to design it so that we have different layers. So we have actually a parallax when we are in the loading screen. I can show you like two different types of loading screen. The first one is this one. So you see we have a little parallax where our character here are moving, but the background is not really moving, or at least not moving at the same speed. Same goes for this rock on the front, and we have our black hole animated here. So we have this as one of our loading screen, and the second one I can show you, and it was to kind of highlight the progress you've made in the game and kind of give you an idea of what a full-length game is supposed to be. So when you start, you just had a very basic loading screen before. Now we have something that show you where you are in the progress of the entire match. So if I let this load, you're gonna see this little loading screen, and you see we are at the first level, and then after each level you're gonna see that transition to the next one. Something that has been done like a couple of times. A bunch of roguelike games have similar features, but I do think it highlights and kind of give you more information about the progress you've made in your game. So anyways, that is it for the loading screen. We've talked about Blazing Dead. This next thing is EOS. And EOS is going to be a fairly simple one to kind of showcase because ideally, players will not be aware that anything changed. And from what we gathered as feedback during the demo, during Steam Next Fest, no one was aware that we were using EOS, which is exactly what we want. So exactly same as before, you come here, you create a public game, and it's going to be listed. You can join them. Same exact system. The backend is very different. Now it passes through EOS, so all the lobbies are separated from Steam. And again, the goal is really so that people on either Xbox, PlayStation, the Epic Games Store, the Steam Store, or any other platform that we might support at some point, they're all going to be connected using the same thing, so they'll be able to play peer-to-peer cross-platform. So an Xbox player could be joining a PlayStation player, and a PC player may join in later in that game. We have completely redesigned the Guns N' Go. I got the help of a good friend of mine that is a 3D artist, and he designed this beautiful Guns N' Go here. We have a little box with the free ammo, and we have the Guns N' Go here. So the old asset was something very temporary. This is a very, very beautiful little like train spaceship hybrid. And I have made this screen here that will display exactly what he is currently selling. So if I press, you're going to see that the weapons here are exactly the same as these ones, and you can see the prices. So when you are far, you can already see, oh, he has one green and two whites. And it's a Mark rifle, the second one's a Tesla, and another Mark rifle. So it's going to be very easy to like see it from afar and know, oh, okay, I'm actually interested in one of the things that he's selling versus having to go and interact with him every single time. So yeah, big improvement. Very, very happy with the model that my friend did. He is very talented. And yeah. So another thing that we did is to kind of have some secrets hidden throughout the Citadel. So right now in the game, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 current characters or suits. And you can see that some of them might be locked when you first boot the game. And actually, there's some of those that should be locked as well when you first boot. I've already unlocked them. But these ones are going to be hidden stuff. You might get them by like some quests, but for example, this one, it's a mage suit, and you can find it somewhere in World 2. I won't show you where because it will be part of the generation, and you can find some hidden portals that may lead you into some hidden worlds. One of the hidden worlds that we did, and we did it partly on stream, was the Lost Arcana. So the Lost Arcana is a very short level, so while you are exploring the second world, you might find a portal that looks like this. If you go through it, you might end up here, and if you manage your way down here, you will find the suit. You will do a challenge. I won't spoil the challenge. You might have seen it on stream once again. And once the challenge is done, you'll unlock the suit. So there's going to be some hidden stuff kind of similar to this throughout the experience. And the goal is really to keep you on your toes. You're not just here to do the run, but you're also there to kind of snoop around and discover things hidden in the Citadel. Now, following the demo update and following Steam Next Fest and everything that came around that, we did a lot of very small changes, some, polishing, some debugging, of course, but I also changed a lot of stuff regarding menus. So what I mean by that, in the menu here, I redesigned it just a bit, so it looks a bit different, but I also added some options. For example, the outline. So that was one of the feedback that we got, is certain people don't really like the black outline around everything. Personally, I really like it. I think it's part of the identity of the game, but I get it. It's not super hard for me to have the option of removing it, so I put it there. So if you want to disable the outline, you can do that here. Same goes for gamma and contrast. So some areas in the game are a lot darker. On my monitor, it's fine, but not everyone has the same monitor. Some monitor may just be darker by default, so having an option in game to change your gamma or contrast is very useful. So we added that here. We also changed how the number of decimal points that some of these options show. So for example, the camera sensitivities, we did split those into X and Y instead of just having one. There was some weird issue with Splattercat's experience when he tried the game, where the X and Y axis were not the same. Very weird. We kind of looked through our code, didn't find anything regarding that, which is super weird. Anyways, we had the option here of changing them independently, so if it does happen to anyone, you can tweak it there. But yeah, the number of decimal points have been changed as well, depending on the options. For example, audio, we don't really need decimal points, but some of those we might need 1 or 2. We also added more information when you tweak or alter a weapon. So for instance, we have the tweaker here. If I take my Justice that currently has nothing on it, no tweaks, I can go here, and when I'll interact with the Justice, the tweaker here, I'll see all of the effects and their chances. So you'll be able to see exactly what you put on your weapon before actually applying it. Same goes for the alteration, and alteration is actually even more important in my opinion, because they can vary wildly from one thing to the next. So let me put that here and show you guys. So if I change this, you will see, for example, here, buff per enemy, resistance, lifesteal, etc., etc. You see all of the stats directly before you alter your weapon. So very small change, but I do think it's going to help in your decision making to see if you want to alter / tweak your weapon before you do. Another thing that came up was rebinding keys. We had the option already to rebinding keys. There was some things, for example, the tab option here, that was missing from that rebind option. Let me just full screen this. By the way, that tab, we also added description for the abilities just directly here. So you have basically every information right in the tab without having to go through the menu like the inventory. So if you want to go from here, you can do that. But anyways, we also added the option of changing those. So for example, the tab key. And we also added a new option, which is to switch directly to a specific weapon. So if I have, for example, 3 weapons here, normally I would just press Q to cycle through those 3 weapons. Now, right now, they're binded kind of to weird keys just because it's not like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are binded for the abilities. And personally, I really don't want to bind them somewhere else. So I'm going to leave them there. But what I did is I added the option, and they're currently binded to Z, X, and C to go directly to a specific weapon. So you don't have to cycle through them. You can just press and you're going to get to the third one, or press and get to the first one, etc. So you have the options, and if you don't like the bindings that I did, don't worry, you can go in keyboard binding and just change them right here. Also added the option to reset the bindings, just because we had some people had some weird issues where they were able to bind a gamepad key in here, which is not supposed to happen. And it kind of messed everything up, had to delete the files, and we don't want to do that. So reset binding will get you back to normal, and then you can go from there if there's an issue that arises for whatever reason. Normally it should be fixed, but if it happens, you have the option. Side note, we also looked into the German age rating, because that was blocking some people in Germany to try the game out during Steam Next Fest. That has been addressed, so it is now updated. You can try the game out, it should be fine. And lastly, we also did a lot of work on the Void Seeker. Again, won't show it here because it's in the demo, so you'll be able to re-experience him again. I won't go through everything that was done because it was mostly, small patches and, balancing stuff. You can see our public Trello, which you can access directly via our Discord. And you can see just the done tab here. Actually, it's not even complete because there was some stuff that was done in between the last vlog and the last time I cleaned that done section. But you can see there was quite a few things that was done. Same goes for to test, and to test is mostly actually done, but we're still just finishing the final tests to be sure that everything works. And that's it. So yeah, just 2 things left to be done: the final boss and the lobby. That's it. The rest is really just small patches and stability issues and whatever, but most of it will be done very, very soon. And yeah, we're thrilled, and seeing the release date coming pretty soon is a bit stressful and scary, but I can't wait, honestly, to release it to the public and see people play and enjoy the full experience. Just having people, give us feedback on the demo has been a wild ride, and I'm super open to discussion. So if you have some feedback, some suggestions, or whatever would it be, join our Discord and come chat with us. It'll be a pleasure. And yeah, anyways, we'll see you again in probably a couple of months just before the release of the game. So in the meantime, take care.